So you're thinking about getting a video doorbell to see who's out there. It's great for getting notifications about packages and avoiding pesky door-to-door salespeople. Unless they're selling cookies, in which case you should run to the door as fast as you can. Now, I've tested a handful of different video doorbells here at my house, and I've seen a lot of different doorbells while out touring other people's houses. So I'm going to go over what I look for when I'm shopping for a doorbell and recommendations that I've given to others. Right away, we're going to want to look at what ecosystem you're using. So if you are using all Google products and you really want to be able to have someone hit that doorbell and then have that show up on your Chromecast or your Google Home Hub, then of course you're going to want to go that route. Now, if you already own a bunch of Ring cameras and you're already paying that subscription cost, the same thing is true there. You could have a Ring doorbell, and then you could pair that with your Echo Show or your Fire TV, and that's going to be great. But there's a whole lot of people out there that are neither all in on Google or all in on the Amazon products. And so there's a lot more options out there, particularly if you're looking for something that doesn't require that subscription cost. So really, we want to look at the lifetime cost of owning a doorbell. So you have that upfront cost, and then depending on which doorbell you select, you're going to have a subscription cost every month. You can save a little bit of money if you purchase annually. A lot of times, though, you're going to forget about that subscription, and then it auto-renews. And so I recommend just finding one that you really like and sticking with it. The next thing we want to look at is like other features that you want to have. So is AI detection for facial recognition important to you, or package detection? If so, then that kind of narrows down what we're looking at. And I also think about like aesthetics. So some of these doorbells are pretty big and gaudy, and it doesn't really blend in well. So I like to go with the more stylish looking doorbells myself, but it's a matter of personal preference. And lastly, we want to look at what's available for wiring at the door. So do you have a wire chime in place currently? Is there power going out for an existing doorbell? In which case, I always recommend going with the powered options over the battery options. That way you're not having to recharge the batteries, replace them, and then you're going to get faster notifications because that device is constantly getting power, so you don't have to worry about that. So powered is definitely the way to go. And I also like any doorbell that's going to work with your existing chime, whether that's just out of the box or if you have to put one of those little adapters in there. I think that's really nice. I don't like having to plug in an additional device, then connect it and pair it that way. And with the Ring system, you can have it play over your Echo speakers, and with Google Nest, you can have it play over your Google hubs, and that's cool. I like that it can announce who's at the door, but I still like that built-in chime. And so I really prefer doorbells that have that. Now let's take a look and see what's available on the market right now. I'm going to go through my top 5 by brand, and I'm actually going to start with a lesser known brand. That's going to be the Remo Plus. So the Remo Plus Remo Bell S Wi-Fi video doorbell camera with HD video, motion sensor, and two-way talk is Alexa enabled with no monthly fees and has free cloud storage. You're going to get up to 3 days of cloud storage, which is plenty. So that way, if something were to happen, you can review that and download the footage if you need to act upon it. Very affordable option. It does require power at the door. That's great, and it's a really good looking doorbell. It really gets the job done well. The next up is going to be the Wyze Video Doorbell Pro. Wyze being known for very affordable products. The caveat here, though, is that you are going to need the Cam Plus. So you're looking at about $100 for the doorbell. And then if we look at their subscription costs, let's say for the next 5 years at $20 a year, that's going to be another $100. So not a huge expense for just a single camera. If you have multiple cameras in your home, you're going to want to do their Cam Plus with unlimited cameras, and that's going to be $10 a month. So for $200, you're going to get 5 years of a video doorbell with a chime, that has HD video, 1:1 aspect ratio, so really good head-to-toe view. It's got two-way audio and night vision. I personally would like to see this without the add-on chime, but at this price point, it's not a big deal. Very easy to install, so you just got like this mount that screws into place, and you can clip that on, and it is battery operated as well. Next up is going to be the Reolink doorbell camera. Reolink is really known for having great security cameras. That's what I use personally for our hardwired cameras around the home that are powered over Ethernet and record locally to our NVR system. This camera can record to your NVR system as well, or otherwise you can use a SD card in it. It connects with your Wi-Fi network, and it has that local storage, and it does work with Google Assistant. So this is a great doorbell. Unfortunately, you are going to need to use the plug-in chime, as it does not work with an existing chime. If it wasn't for that, I think this is the doorbell that I would go with. Before we move on to my top 3 doorbell recommendations, let me talk about some others that I recommend only if you're already invested in those platforms. So if you're someone that is all in on SimpliSafe and you have their security system and their other cameras, they do have a nice doorbell. It works well. It's actually what my mom has on her house, and you're already paying for that subscription cost, so you might as well just keep that all in one bundle and use the same app. The same goes with if you're using an alarm.com system, or if you have a professionally installed system that includes like a Skybell doorbell. Also, if you are using Amcrest, so Amcrest has a doorbell very similar to a Reolink. So in all of those instances, I think it's acceptable to go with the packaged doorbell option and then have everything all in one place. There are a few doorbells that I absolutely do not recommend. This might be a little bit controversial, but I don't like the Blink doorbell. I just think it's inadequate in what that it has to offer. It's kind of positioned as this affordable product, but they've stripped away some key features that just make it not worth it for me. What I find a lot of times is that people that do purchase the Blink product end up upgrading, to like a Ring doorbell later on. And so the other one on the other end of the spectrum is Arlo. It used to be a doorbell that I would recommend, but now everything's tied to their subscription. So the cost of this doorbell and then the added subscription cost overall just really isn't worth what you're getting, in my opinion. And then we have tested doorbells from Tucon and Nui, but we had issues, getting them connected. We didn't feel that they had as much of a robust offering. So I don't really recommend any of the off-brand doorbells that you're gonna find on Amazon. So I would really stick to the big box, anything you would find in your normal retailer, like the Target, Best Buy, Home Depot. All right, let's get into that top 3. So my number 3 recommendation is going to be the Eufy video doorbell. I like this because it's a dual cam and it's battery operated. So it's got a downward facing camera that's great for package detection, the dual motion detection. They've got the facial recognition, so you can see who's at the door. It just gives you a real quick a GIF image there that scrolls, and so the notification comes up really fast, and then when you click into that, then it'll load the actual video feed. So I think that is really cool. They do also offer the local storage, which is nice to have, so you're not reliant on that subscription cost. So incredible bang for your buck there. As always, all the products that I mentioned in this video will be linked in the description below, so you can check that out. These are affiliate links, and so by using those links, you are supporting the channel, and we really appreciate that. It allows me to create more content and build up a little bit of a budget for traveling and checking out these home tours that you guys love so much. So really appreciate your support. One of the most popular doorbells and what I recommend for a lot of my clients is actually the Ring Video Doorbell Pro. Now, Ring does offer a lot of different doorbells. Some are a little bit more affordable, and then there are more expensive options. So this one is really a middle of the road option. It is a hardwired option. It does work with your existing chime. It's very easy to install. They've got a couple of different faceplates you can put on there that look really nice. It has very rich notifications. In general, I recommend always waiting until there's some sort of sale for any smart home product, because they tend to go on sale quite often, whether that's online or at your local retailer. But with a subscription cost for 5 years of their basic plan, which would just be the one camera, that's going to be $40 a year. And so over 5 years, you're looking at $200. So grand total right now of around $320. Definitely a great choice if you're someone that's already got Amazon products, you want to stick with that, or you have other Ring products. Now, the camera that I actually swapped my Ring doorbell out for is going to be the Google Nest second generation. This video doorbell has just blown me away. It was super easy to install. It's both battery powered and wired, so you can use it either way. I went with the wired option. Now, this is going to work with your existing chime. It has very rich notifications with facial recognition, so you can have it announce who's at the door. I've started adding all of the different pizza delivery drivers, so now it'll say pizza is here, which is kind of fun. It just shows that I order way too much pizza here, but it's Pizza Night Friday, so have fun with that. 5-year subscription at $60 a year, which is going to be on the higher side. You're looking at $300 there, plus the cost of the camera, so $430 for a 5-year cost of ownership. So again, on the higher side, but really you get what you pay for. Really liked it. And so yeah, this is the doorbell that we're still using. Now, all my Apple HomeKit viewers are probably screaming at their monitor right now, Brandon, what the heck? Why haven't you included any of the HomeKit compatible doorbells? There's great options out there. They work natively within the Apple Home app. You get Apple Secure Video. Yeah, that's great. I think it's cool and all, but in my opinion, those doorbells don't really look the greatest. Just personal preference. I considered looking at them, but I really like the Google Nest, and so that's what I stuck with. I've toured just tons and tons of homes in my day as a real estate agent, and I consistently see people with Ring and Google doorbells, and I don't really see a lot of these other ones. Not to say that they're bad, but I personally don't have experience with them. So if you're all about the HomeKit lifestyle and you're really considering those, I definitely recommend checking out Shane Wadley. He's the HomeKit guy, so he'll be able to give you a recommendation there. But for everyone else and Apple users alike, these are the doorbells that I recommend. So number 1, Google Nest. Number 2, Ring Doorbell Pro. Number 3, the Eufy dual cam battery operated. Number 4 is going to be Reolink. Number 5 for me is the Wise doorbell. Number 6 is going to be the Remote Plus. I think it's a great budget option since you're not dependent upon paying for that subscription cost, and it's hardwired. It looks nice. Beyond that, again, if you are using these platforms, Simply Safe, the Skybell, the Alarm.com, the Amcrest, they're all great. I'm still recommending that you stay away from Blink, Arlo, Toucan, and Nui, or any of those off-brand video doorbells that you might see on Amazon. I just don't think you're going to be happy with those choices. So this is all just my personal opinion. Take it for what it is. If you enjoyed this video, I've got a link here on the screen to other videos of my product recommendations for smart home technology. So check that out if you're looking to add to your home. Until next time, take care.